question. Am I audible enough? Please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let him be say I don't tire. So, so in today's class, we shall be looking at limiting factor with minimum guarantee. Class, this is a question. This question is also examinable. For every limiting factor, you may have what we call minimum guarantee or a special order for a customer. Now, special order means, or minimum guarantee means that this particular customer, why will you have a minimum guarantee that you should give this customer 50,000 units? Why? It is because it is a special order. That customer is special. That is, it is very important to give that customer that particular unit. If not, something else may actually happen to the company. Right? That is why you give preference when it is either special order or minimum guarantee. So this means that the customer is maybe because of the relationship or because of the 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 time, right? So many things may lead to where a company will decide that, oh, before you can allocate to product A, B, C, you need to allocate to product L because we have a minimum guarantee, because we have a minimum, what is it called? We have a special order from a client, and which means that we must give product L this particular unit first because it is very important. That is special order or minimum guarantee, right? In this case now, there will be a restriction in your one in your ranking, which means that whether that product A or product L come last, you must allocate that 500 unit first. You must allocate that 500 unit first before you start ranking. You must allocate it first. So once you allocate that 500 unit first for that particular product, then you cannot do what? You cannot start ranking, of which we will get there. Right. So please pay attention to this question. Very important. Okay. You are with questions, right? I'm sure many of you are with the questions, so you can check it from there. Okay. LMN Limited manufacture 3 products. Product L, M, and L, N. The company that supplies the 2 raw materials that are used in all 3 products. The company that supplies the 2 raw materials that are used in all 3 products has informed LMN, right, that their employees are refusing to work overtime. Their employees are refusing to do what? To work overtime. To work overtime, right? This means that supplier of this material is limited to the following quantities for the next period. Class, there's a situation here that this company LML, their suppliers has actually informed them that, oh, your workers are always refusing to work overtime. We will get to the part of overtime, right? We'll get it. So the employer will like, oh, the supplier is that they refuse to work overtime. Okay, that means that our suppliers will only be limited to this kg. So what it could be that they've been supplying more than this material and they are not producing as as um as it is, right? So in this case, the supplier is now saying, oh, this is our limit supply of the material. So this is the available raw materials. There is a limitation here. This is the limited raw materials that we can actually supply. We can supply 1,030 naira kg for material A. We can supply material B 1,220 kg for material B, right? No other source of supply can be found for the next period. Information relating to the three products manufactured by LML Limited is as follows. The product that they produce is LML, and the name of the company is LML Limited. Now, you can see that the quantity of material used by unit, the quantity, this is the quantity used, right? This is like 2 kg, this should be 2 kg, okay, 2 kg maximum unit, okay? This is 2 kg per unit, right? This is what? This is 2 kg per unit. This question, is it? Okay, it's correct, it's correct. Okay, this is 2 kg per unit. You can see that we were given that quantity of material used per unit manufacture. It means that when they want to produce 1 unit, they will use 2 kg per unit. Class, when they want to produce 1 unit, they will use what? If they want to produce 1 unit, they will use 2 kg, 2 kg to produce 1 unit. Class, they will use 2 kg to produce 1 unit, right? 2 kg to produce what? To produce 1. The same thing for this. They will use 1 kg to produce 1 unit because it is 1 kg per unit. Class, this is 5 kg per unit. It means that if they want to produce 1 unit, they will use 5 kg. But if they want to produce 10 units, 5 times 10, that is 50 kg. Alright? And this is 3 kg per unit. It means that when they want to produce 1 kg, they will use 3 kg. This is 3 kg per unit. It goes with unit, right? Now, the maximum sales demand. This is the maximum sales demand in units is 120, and this is 160. And we were given the contribution per what? Per unit is given in this question. Now, owing to the perishable nature of the products, no finished goods inventory is out. Requirements recommend a production mix. When they are talking about production mix, we already know that, right? Right? Recommend a production mix. Production mix allocation, your unit. You want to get the unit based on the scarce resources, right? What unit will you produce with that particular resources? That will maximize the profit of element for the coming period, right? That is production mix. Now, the next thing is, after that, LML Limited has a valued customer to whom they wish to guarantee the supply of 50 units of each product next period. You can see, class, pay attention, please. Right? Now, the question here is that there is a special customer. We can call it a special order, right? A special what? A special order from a client that, oh, you must first, see, before the allocation, first, give everybody 50-50 unit because there is a guarantee. Give the product 50-50 unit because there is a guarantee. Right? There is a what? There is a guarantee of 50 units of each product next period. Now the question now is, would this alter your recommended production plan? Yes, it will, right? Because there is a guarantee. Then we will look at that at the end of this class, right? So, and that is, oh, this is A and C. B, C. Where is A? Interesting. So what we do in this A, what we do in this part is we'll do the production mix, we'll do the profit as well, right? We'll do the production mix and the profit as well for this A. Then we will now recommend another production plan based on the minimum guarantee. Class, are we still together?
We
Unmute your
are,
mic.
sir. We
Okay,
are,
okay,
sir.
okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Suggested solution. Suggested solution. So the first thing, based on our no, based on our steps, right? Based on our steps, right? We should identify the scarce resources by comparing what? Who can tell me? By comparing what? From our steps. By comparing what? Step one. Identify the scarce resources by doing what? Class.
By comparing the resource available and resource required.
Yes. The required that we take them to produce that unit and as well as the available before you will now check which one of these is a limiting factor, right? Don't forget that we were given material for material A and material B. In this material A and material B, we don't know which of this material is a limiting factor. Don't forget that I've equally mentioned to you that in some question you may be given material, you may be given labor. It's for you to check for the material and check for the labor and check which one of these two has a what? Has a limiting factor, right? Which one of these two has a what? Limiting factor, right? So, and that is what we will do for today's class. So this one is just material, right? So now let's go. Let's go. Okay. Okay, now. So if that will be the case, class, they've already given us the available kg, right? They've given us the available kg. The next thing what we need to calculate is the required. What will it take what will take them to produce these units, this maximum based on the maximum sales demand? What will take them to produce this, right? And for you to get the required, if 2 kg per unit, you will use 2 kg per unit to produce 1 unit, class. You will use 2 kg for 1 unit. Then when you want to produce 120 units, how many kg will you use? It will be 2 times 150 units. We give you the total numbers of kg you will use, right, to produce 120. Don't forget that maximum sales demand. Now, class, I have explained this in the first class that sometimes your production will be given and your sales will be given, right? You base that based on your production. But when production is not given, your sales demand, for you to be able to make a sales, definitely you would have produced before you say you want to make a sales. Is that not so? So you will assume that your sales demand is your production. That is why I'm using what? Production. Who is that? Please meet your mind. For me. So, right, this is 2 kg per unit. Is that not so? Then when they want to make a sales of 120 kg or they want to produce 120 kg, how many 20 units, how many kg will they use? It will be 2 times 120 units. We give you the kg that it will take them to produce 120,000 units. The same thing applicable to this 1 kg per unit. They will use 1 kg for 1 unit. Now, they want to make a sales or production of 170. How many kg will they use? 1 kg per unit times 160. We give you the kg. The same thing applicable to all this, and that is the required, right? Since the available will be given to you in the question. Now, we need to go right now. Please screenshot this if you don't have it so that you just give me figure. Please screenshot this if you don't have the material. Okay, now, are we good? Class, are we good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Good. Okay, now, quickly, required, right? Required material, right? Okay, L M N. Right? So let me have to delete this so that it will be more easy for us. Okay, material A. We want to check for the required for material A, right? So required. So we go there. So how many kg will they use to produce 1 unit? How many kg will they use to produce 1 unit for material A?
2
kg.
2 kg per unit times
120.
so how many 120 units, please call it 120 what?
120
120
units.
units. Thank you. So that is 120 units for this. Right. So what do we have? So how many kg will they use?
That's
So what do we have?
240.
240. Thank you. 240 kg. 240 kg,
240
please.
kg.
Yeah, like this. Or 2,400. Which one? Hello.
Aye.
Is it like this? 240 kg. Is it like this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. So the next one is material. So how many kg will they use to produce 1 unit?
1 kg.
Okay, 1 kg per unit times how many units? 150 units.
50.
So this
160.
okay, 160. Okay. 160 kg. Next. Tolu.
Sir?
Mute your mic.
Sorry, sir.
No, it's fine. So when you call the figure, right? When you call the figure, immediately after you call the figure, just mute your mic. Do you get?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. So now, next. So now, how many kg will they take to produce 1 unit?
4 kg.
4 kg per unit, right? Don't forget that in the other question, the first question that we did, right? This 1 kg per unit, that one is labor. 1 hour per unit. All those ones are not given. You can see in this case now, the kg is given. In the first question that we did, we can see that the hours per unit is not given. We have to determine the hours per unit. So class, prepare for the worst case scenario. Now, the question now is, what is the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario is that the hours per unit or the kg per unit may not be given to you. You need to derive the kg per unit. Is that not so? Now, when it is not given to you, you have to derive it, just like the way we did the first lecture. So you prepare for the worst case, right? Now, times. So how many units did they produce? Sales demand. What is the sales?
17.5.
17.5 units. Right? So what do we have? 17.5.
70 kg.
That's
Ah.
110 kg. 110 units rather.
Yeah, 110 units. When I had 17.5, I was like, in limiting factor, you produce fraction? No.
110.
110. I understand. About a thing going. One what? 110. 110. Okay. So what do we have?
440 kg.
440 kg. So what is the total? The total kg? What is the total? The total kg?
That's 840 kg.
840 kg. So they will use 840 kg. Now, that is the required. Or let me bring it down. Let me bring it down. That is the required, right? Total is the required. So this is required. Victor, are you with us? Victor.
Yes, I'm following. I'm following, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. You need to follow, please. Follow. Okay? Very simple. So available. What is the available for A? What is the available? 1030 naira, 30 kg. 1030 kg, right? 1030 kg. So is there a limiting factor? Is there a limiting factor here? Is there a limiting factor?
No.
Class.
No.
Thank you. Thank you.
No limiting factor.
Thank you. That's good. That's good. So there is no limiting factor here. So what is the difference? You can put it as short for.
That's 90.
So
190.
90. Okay, 190, right? There is no limiting factor in material A. So now let's check for material B, right? Let's check for material B. We must complete this question. So now let's check for material what? Material B. Okay, let me quickly copy this. Now don't forget that I've given different scenarios, right? Of which we will look at some of these scenarios as well, right? Then another thing is that sometimes I think in the last question they asked for that in the last question of this material, right? And now sometimes this 190 kg that is just there for nothing, you didn't use it to produce anything, it's just there. They can tell you that some of the staff want to work overtime. Although in this question, they already stated that the staff did not want to work overtime. So I'm just assuming, I'm just playing along with PM questions, right? Because I've solved so many questions and I can tell you where question will come if limiting factor wants to come, right? So the question may be like, oh, this excess of 190 kg, oh, another labor, someone want to use it. So okay, they want to use it to produce, maybe they want to use it to produce a unit for another customer, right? So that is where you will make use of that, right? We'll get there. I think that is the last question of this material, right? So the more you solve question, the more you get acquainted to some of these terms, right? On how the questions is. So how many kg will you take you to produce 1 unit? For material B, quickly. Hello?
Five kg.
Now, wow. Okay, 5 kg per unit times 120 units. What do we have? What is that?
600 units.
600 units. Please mute your mic. 600 kg, right?
Yes, sir.
So next, how many kg will it take them to produce 1 unit?
3 kgs.
3 kg times 160.
That's 480.
480.
Thank you. Thank you. So the next one is, see, when you see a question, what is the first thing I say you should? Okay, let's just finish this question first. So how many kg will it take you to produce 1 unit?
7 kg.
7 kg per unit. Don't say, please.
Okay, per unit.
7 kg per unit. Call it like that, so that you know that it goes with units. Do you get?
Yes, sir.
So what do you have?
That's 770 kg.
770 kg. So the total, I need to get the total.
1850.
So what is the total?
1850 kg.
1050 kg.
1850 kg.
850 kg. Okay. So what is the available?
1220 kg.
1220 kg. So what is the short for?
630 kg.
630.
630. So it means that we don't have enough capacity. The capacity that we have is 1220 kg. But the required is 1850. So material B is a what? Is a limiting factor because we don't have that capacity. We need to work around with this 1020 kg, right? 1000 what? 20 kg. So therefore, material B is a what? Limiting factor, right? Now, we move. Now, what is the next step? Contribution per unit, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, contribution per unit is given to us in this question. That means we don't need to stress ourselves, right? Contribution per unit is given to us in this question. We don't need to do what? We don't need to stress ourselves. Lydia,
Yes, sir.
do you have
I'm so
questions for me?
sorry.
You raise up your.
Yes, I have a question.
So what is it?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know. Maybe you explained it in the last class. I was not in the last class. But I want to ask the first for material A before the SS, that 190 kg shortfall, and same thing for material B. Now we have limiting factor 230 kg. So I want to ask, why are you calling both SS and limiting factor shortfall?
Okay. No, it's just the difference. It's just the difference. You can decide not to use any words, right? Because this one is a limiting factor. You have shortfall of this, Abi, and this one is not a limiting factor. You have shortfall of 190 kg, right? Yeah, you are actually correct. You can decide to remove the shortfall from the one that does not have a limiting factor. Then you move on. But when we get to linear programming, we may be using some words like slack, right?
Thank
Do you
you, sir.
understand, Lydia?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so the contribution per limiting factor is given to us. Contribution, sorry, please. Contribution per unit. So we don't need to determine the contribution per unit. It is given to us in this question, right? So which means this question just wants us to go straight to the point, right? And move ahead. So contribution screenshot is for those who have the material. Please, if you are here to get your material, please get your material, right? Don't forget I told you that the 2000 naira is not my own problem. Like seriously, it is not even my problem, right? But the value you will get from there, that is the most important thing to me, right? And also, some of these questions are examinable, right? Who knows? It may be your number one questions or number two questions. Nobody knows, right? So please get the material, very important. Okay, Sunday. Clementina,
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
good evening.
Please, you said the questions has been sent. I don't know. I don't have them.
You will get it. You will get it now. You will get it immediately after the class. Just send I to me on WhatsApp.
Okay, sir.
All right. No, thank you. Okay, so the contribution per limiting factor, sorry, why am I saying contribution per limiting factor? Contribution per unit is given to us in this question, right? So screenshot it. Let's go. Contribution. So the next step is to determine the contribution per limiting factor. Contribution. Don't forget we want to do the production mix, right? contribution per limiting factor, right? So we have products. We have product L and products M. Okay, are we still together? So now contribution per unit is given to us in this question. We'll just say contribution per unit. Contribution per unit, your naira sign is very important, right? Contribution per unit. So give me a figure. What is the contribution per unit?
15,
Okay, 15,
12,
12,
17.5.
17.5. Okay. So next is contribution per limiting factor. Now, so which one of these is a limiting factor? Material B, right?
Yes, sir.
Class, material B. So you bring it out and say material B is a limiting factor, right? Then you put the what is it called? The units, the kg per unit. Class, because you want to determine contribution per limiting factor. This is contribution first. Per limiting factor, per one. What is the limiting factor? Material B. Now, what will you put here is, what is the 5 kg, the kg per unit. If it is hour, it will be hours per unit. This now, in this question, it is kg, right? So you come here and say 5 kg per unit, right? 3 kg, because it's the limiting factor, kg per unit. 7 kg per unit. Now, contribution per limiting factor will be contribution per, let me say, limiting factor, this will be A, this will be B, right? A divided by B, so that you understand. Class, A divided by B, is contribution per limiting factor. So when you divide it, what do you have?
3.
Quickly. Adeo, 3
3
kg,
naira
3 naira
per unit.
per unit, right?
Yes, sir.
3 naira per unit. Okay, let's prove that if it is 3 naira per unit, you have 15 naira per unit. Let's prove that. Let's see if it is per unit. You divide it by 5 kg so that you understand what you are dividing it. It's not because we just want to get figure, right? You need to understand. So it is 5 kg per unit, right? Class, it is 5 kg per unit. Is that also? Class, unit cancel units. What do you have? You have kg. It is 3 naira per kg. Class,
Okay, sir.
it is 3 naira per kg. Please observe. That is why I said it is not all about calculating this thing. You need to understand. You need to do what? You need to understand, class. Oh. So it is what? 3 naira per kg. Unit cancel unit, right? Now, 3 naira what? Per kg. Next.
4
Next is
naira
4
per
naira per kg.
You say?
4 naira per
4
kg.
naira per
4 naira per kg. Next,
2.5 packet.
5 naira per
2
kg.
naira 50 kobo per kg. Class, are we good? You can see the way I derive it, right? Please take note of this. Very what? Very, very what? Important. Right? It's very, very what? Important. So, if this is established, what we need to do now is the production mix. Because there is not how we want to do the production. Okay, we've not ranked, sorry. You don't remind me. You need to rank, right? So which one will come first?
Material M.
Our next step is this will come second. Will become second, right? So we can have this is third. Right? So we can now do the production mix. We can do what? Production. What? Production. So because there is no how we do the production mix without calculating, without ranking or calculating the contribution per limiting factor. So we already know that material B, because it is based on the material B, that is what you, because it is the limiting factor, and that is what you want to allocate, right? Because there is a limiting factor. Don't forget that the question says that recommend the production mix that will maximize the profit. We'll calculate the production mix, then we'll still calculate the profit as well. Then we'll move to B, right? So this question is A. This is A, right? A. So production mix. So available for L, M, and what? Let's say M. So what is the available kg that is available for them, class? For material. Okay, available is 1020 kg, right?
1,220.
Okay, 1220 kg. 1000 what? 1220 kg. 1220 kg. 1220 kg. Right. So allocation to, so let's put our units. Let's just put, okay, that's fine. Just allocation to, which one are we allocating to first? Based on the ranking M.
M.
Okay, M. So how many kg will it take M to produce the unit? Let's go back. You can see M now. You can see M we need 480 kg to produce 160 units. M we need 480 kg to produce what? 160 units. We need to give M all the 480 kg because we need to rank it first, because we will make more money from M, right? We'll have more cash flow from M. So 480 kg for 180 units. Okay. Okay. 480 kg. 480 kg to produce 160 units. So we can allocate like that. That is the mix. That is the unit. Right? So when we remove this, what do we have? What is available now? When you remove this now, what is available, class? Available
40 kgs.
740
740
kg.
kg. Okay, 740. So available for L and M. 740 kg, right? So allocation, which one are we allocating first? Second, rather. Allocation to, so let's check
B.
which one are we allocating.
M.
Oh, we allocate L. We allocate to L, right? Second ranking. Let me put it rank, right? Rank. L. So how many kg will L need? Now you can see it.
600
600
kg.
kg. Class, can you see it? L will need 600 kg to produce 120 units. But what we have available is still 720 kg, which means that we can still give everything for, we can still give the whole 600 kg for L, right? We can still give 600 kg for L to produce 120 units. 600 kg, 600 kg for L, 600 kg. To produce how many units? Sorry, how many units? To produce how many units?
120 units.
Okay, 120 units. Thank you.
It's 140.
Okay,
Abi?
let me confirm now.
Okay, sorry. 120. 120, sorry.
Aha. Eh, 120 units, right? Can you see it? 120 units. So we can allocate. So what is the balance?
140 kg. 140 kg.
140 kg, right?
Yes, sir.
140. You coming? 140 kg. Oh, 140 kg. So available for M for N is 140 kg. But we can't give, but how many units does, I'm coming, Ozioma, how many kg does N need? Let's go back. N need 770 kg to
7.
produce 110 units, which means that we don't have the capacity to produce the whole or to sell the whole 120 units, right? We don't have the capacity to do that. So which means that we need to apportion it based on what we have that is available, right? Based on this, what 140 kg, we need to do what? We need to do it like that, right? So we need to allocate it based on what? This 140 what? Kg. Is that not so? So we can say, let me just copy this and just paste. This is 140 kg, right? 140 kg. This will be new, right? When you minus it. So now, how many units will that produce? How many units will you use, class? How many units will you use 140 kg to produce? How will you calculate that? Now, this is how we calculate it the last time, in case you are not here, right? You now say 140 kg divided by what, class? Divided by the limiting factor, which is 7 kg, class. The N is 7 kg per unit. 7 kg per unit, oh, class. You divide it by the unit kg to get the unit that you will use. To get the unit, right? 7 kg per unit, right? So this will give us the numbers of units. In case you are wondering how 140 kg will divide 7 kg per unit and it will give you units, I will show you now. In case you are wondering, right? 140 kg, where is my, I have over here, okay. 140 kg divided by, oh, divided by, okay. Coming. What? Divided by 7 kg per unit. Now, kg can cancel kg, class. Kg cancel kg. You are left with unit. What do you have? What is the unit, class?
20 units.
20 units.
20 what? 20 units, right? 20 what? 20 units. So 20 what? 20 units, right? 20 units. So that's it. That means that it's just 20 units that we have the capacity to what to do, right? Based on the supply, right? There is no lot. We don't have enough what resources. So, and this is the production mix. Let me write it. I need to write this thing out so that you see it. Production mix. Zoma, I'm coming. Production mix for L, M, and N, right? So N is 20 units, 20 units, right? So M is 160 units. M is 160 units. Then this is 120 units. Then we cannot do our profit statement. We can't even do profit statement because fixed cost is not given in this question. So we're only told that we should recommend production mix, and this is our production mix. Okay, Uzoma.
Okay, good evening. So, can you kindly scroll up to the production mix? I think there was something that you wrote, and that 740 kg is it not supposed to be available for L and N because we've already allocated for M already?
Thank you.
And again, the one that you wrote available for N, that second one is not supposed to be allocated to N. That second 140, come down. Yes, before the
This
yes,
one.
yes,
Okay.
supposed to be allocated to N. That's
Okay. Thank you. Any other question? Are we good? So we've answered the A part of this question because the question says we should recommend production mix. Class, are we still together?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. No question, right?
None for now.
Okay. Now, what is the next question? B part. Okay. B part of this question says that, this call will end in 4 minutes.